you will probably see a screen that looks a lot like this. So notice how I'm on the home page here. This is kind of just the home base for this particular portal with all of our different policies and procedures on it, right? Obviously, you've got several links here that you could sort of click into if you wanted. Responsible units. My understanding is that's kind of like the rough sort of organizational structure for some of the different policies. So of course, this might be a way in which you would actually locate articles. Another way you might locate them is, of course, this search box up here. So this search kind of spans, the entire portal. So of course, we would be able to find any articles or again, more properly policies, that we're trying to find here. So let's just say, I'm sure if I type in the word provost, something will. Yeah, lots of things, provost. So, I do a search here, and of course it tries to find the most appropriate result. Okay. So that might be maybe the most obvious way you would try to find articles, but it's not the only way. And I'll show you what I mean. So if you were to say, click on knowledge base, obviously we've got kind of this menu bar here, we've got knowledge base. And then in here, you've got a series of categories, obviously a fair number. You can scroll down and search through the categories here as you see fit. Or you could do things like clicking on my articles. Mm-hmm. So question? Is there a question there? Oh, maybe not. Okay, never mind. So, if I were to click on knowledge base here, I kind of have this nav bar, I could say, click on my articles. So I'll do that quickly. So this essentially goes out and it tries to find any articles in which you are the owner, right? So, very quickly, my articles, anything that I own, right? And then you've got a bunch of different sort of filtering criteria here you could interact with. What status is it? I'm going to talk a little bit more about what these statuses mean in Team Dynamics, but let's just say, you were looking for anything that's not submitted, you could check that box, hit search again, see if maybe different data returns for you. Okay. Another thing you could do is once you find an article and you like that article, or it's something that you think you're routinely going to use, you can hit the favorite button on it. It'll be very obvious to you when we look at an article here in a few minutes. You'll see a giant button that says favorite. Any article that you favorite, it's kind of like a bookmark of sorts, that will show up here in the My Favorite Articles section. So in my humble experience, people like you're usually kind of focused on, maybe a half dozen or a dozen or two, articles. And so you might favorite them to kind of get them into this view for you. A couple of things, you've got articles pending review. So this is meant to be a place where it's trying to find the articles that have a submitted status by default. So, again, I'm going to talk more about what the statuses mean, but, basically articles pending review, that's Team Dynamics nomenclature for, somebody thinks an article is ready for prime time or a policy, again, more properly called here, that a policy is ready and that, we want somebody who has the permissions to approve the policy to go in and actually do so. But you're seeing kind of the same criteria here, so you can see that, apparently there's a, oh man,
onion.
Onion? Is it onion? Oh,
yes.
That's clever.
Only name you'll ever need.
Fair enough. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
I like
single
that.
Sign on. Yep.
No, I like that a lot. So yeah, you can see here, clearly the onion policy, is apparent, somebody thinks that it's apparently ready for prime time. So it's been, it's been set to the submitted status. So then somebody who can actually go in and publish it could find this, look at the onion policy entity and just, make a call. Is the grammar good? Is the formatting done well? Is it adhering to kind of the format that we want it to, that sort of thing. But wait, there's more. If maybe that's a little confusing, or maybe you're not really sure what these tabs sort of do for you, I would just say come to this search tab here. It kind of defaults to the approved state, which is those are usually the articles that we, in my humble experience, are spending the most time on. You're making sure that they're kept up to date. If things are actually published and live, you want to obviously pay a little bit more attention, make sure that the grammar is correct and that, we're not contradicting anything important, particularly when it comes to institutional policy. But a lot of the same criteria or filters that you see here are what we observed earlier. So I could search for a certain owner, maybe Kim, maybe Matt, right? I could search for a different status, is it published or not, right? Search for a keyword, again, maybe just provost, for example. Maybe a certain area, such as the category. I believe that's responsible unit is
responsible
sort of
unit.
how you should think of category. So, let's just say that, maybe I'm a member of the, College of Arts and Sciences. I could enter that into my category vis-a-vis my responsible unit. And then, I could hit search and see, what might return there, right? So you've got several different ways to, kind of find and locate articles. Just a quick review. You've got resources here on your homepage. You could go to the knowledge base tab here and kind of just browse the, hierarchy. You can see things such as popular articles or articles that have been looked at recently. Of course, you got your site-wide search here, and then you've got your more granular searches kind of in this sub nav bar, if you will, underneath knowledge base. Favorites, the articles I own, things that need to be approved, in the general kind of KB search here. Okay.